Hi everybody, it's Thursday, May 21st, and this is the last in our series of Daily Dose. We are going to continue doing videos. Those will start again on June 3rd. We're going to be doing Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock, and you'll see those on Facebook Live as well. We may do some other little opening carton videos and things like that during the week, but you can always count on us on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock or right around 1 o'clock. What we wanted to do today is talk about some easy projects. You're going to have a whole week without us because we're taking a vacation next week. We've got some projects that we're working on that will be back to you on the 2nd of June, which is Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. we'll be opening. But we wanted to have you think about some things you could work on if you don't see us for a week. One of our favorite pattern series is called A-OK Patterns. They are a series of probably 12 or 15 patterns that use 5 fabrics, 1 yard each. Her little symbol is A-OK. You'll see it up here in the corner of her pattern. And what it is to her, not the back.
We'll grab a different one.
We'll grab a different one. But what it is to her is A-OK is a light, a medium, and a dark, a large print, and a medium print. So you have 5 fabrics that coordinate. You don't have to use that, but they work really well. So this first one is called Crossed, and this is our next shop sample that we're working on. We've got Penny, our new helper, working on it, and they're really simple. The designs are typically squares and triangles. They're not really difficult, but here you're sewing a purple and a green strip set together, cross-cutting them, and making checkerboards. And they're getting laid out in a diagonal. So it's just a fun little pattern. They go together quick. A lot of them have a simple border to them. Most of them have a small border around them.
That's going to be our border.
Yep. And then they work with our 5-yard bundles. We've got the 5-yard bundles on our website, 1 yard each of 5 different fabrics. The cool thing about them is you can use any pattern with any bundle. So if you say, oh, I love this layout and design, but boy, I like that coffee fabric, you can make this quilt out of the coffee fabric. So you can match any 5-yard bundle with any A-OK pattern. The other thing that she has is she has a series of 4 baby quilts. The baby quilts are made from 4 half-yard cuts. So there's 4 different half yards, and they make a baby size quilt. So we're going to take you on a little tour around the shop and show you the A-OKs, patterns and quilts, and we might point out 1 or 2 of our own as well. So this first one was called Crossed, and that will be our newest sample, hopefully done week after next. And then up in this corner we have, this one is called Woven. The nice thing about these, they all finish to a kind of a lap, a nice throw size. Most of them are in the range of about 60 by about 72, give or take a couple inches, but they're really nice snuggle on the couch type throw quilts. So this is Woven. Again, 5 fabrics, a light, a medium, a dark. Here we used actually 3 prints and then a light and a dark, but again, 5 fabrics. The next one is an ever popular one called Viewed, a take on an attic window where you've got the border around your cutout. This one we did not fussy cut, and these aren't made to be fussy cut. The window says cut so many strips into so many squares. We did not say each bird has to sit in the middle. Some of them turned out nice, some of them we have no bird. So if you buy just a yard of fabric, you cut it and you get what you get. There's not necessarily a bird centered or a pattern centered in each window, but that one is called Viewed, and it has a single border and then a little wider second border on that one. And that one finishes to 58 by 71. So we're going to head over this way. We'll see if Cheryl can keep you from getting motion sick. This is the first of the baby quilts. This one is called Baby Links, and it's just a block, and the blocks kind of link together. We have another one made up in a darker color up front that it's a little easier to see the pattern. But this one we're quilting with the embroidery machine using the edge-to-edge quilting, and this was from pack number 7. The baby feet are on that one. And these are quilted in the embroidery machine. You hoop the entire quilt with your batting, your backing, and you see your little feet on the back. We don't have our knots cleaned up yet. You see all these little black tacks? Those are from the micro stitch gun. Rather than spray basting, there's a little tack gun that you tack the layers together and then you just snip them out when you're done. So it's a really nice way to baste your quilt. So again, that's Baby Links. And you'll see on our website I mentioned the 5 1-yard cuts. We also have 4 half-yard cuts that work with any of the baby quilts. A little rack of patterns. The next one is down here. They're kind of tucked all over the shop. This one is called Interlace. It looks kind of complicated, but it really is just a rail fence block with a square and a 9 patch. It's the layout and color placement that give you your design. And as we head up this way, we have 2 made out of the round and round pattern. This one is blue and white. These are actually done from a panel. We just cut out the printed panel, so they look like they're hand stitched, but it's actually just a cutout. It's nice that...
Grab the pattern so they
Oh,
can see the whole
sure.
thing.
So that's the pattern.
It's the layout of the full quilt.
The nice thing about those squares is it actually is, this is a square. So I can take any of those little panels and put them right into those white squares. So the way this is designed, it works out really nice. Here we used a solid fabric, and in here we put some of the floral fabric. Next one over here is called Slipped, and that one finishes 57 by 72. We did add an extra border on it. On that particular quilt, it turned out that an extra 1 yard of fabric was enough to get you a nice 5-inch border around it.
And that's pretty much for any of the patterns. If you want to make them a little bigger, just buy an extra yard of fabric, so a 6th piece, and then you can do between a 4 and a 5-inch border on any of the patterns.
Okay.
You probably haven't been in this room yet. We haven't done this one. So this is kind of what we call the man cave. It's all of our darker fabrics.
That's it. And we also have our cooking fabrics and
Yeah.
things like that. This quilt is called Plaid and made with our bundle with the coffee fabrics in it. Again, any bundle of fabric with any pattern works. We also did half-yard cuts of the coffee fabric, which means those fit into a baby quilt. Well, I don't want a coffee baby quilt, but there's a pattern you're going to see in a minute called Checkers, and it's technically a baby quilt, but it makes a fantastic table topper, and that coffee fabric would be really cute in that topper. Okay, and just a couple that we'll point out here that are our own pattern designs. The one hanging here is Crossroads. The one above the bed is called Wild and Free. The one on the bed is called Nature's Best. And Cattin' Around is to the left just behind the lamp. There are kits of all of those on our website as well. Website again, sewingbasket.biz, B as in business, I, Z as in zebra. And you'll see all of the things there. Atomic Stardust, we have a kit of that on the website as well. Root beer down here, there's a kit of that, as well as a number of the patterns you've seen are downloadable. Root beer, I know off the top of my head, is a downloadable one. Works great with strip sets of any type. It's real cute finish that way. So we move back into the front room. Got a few more here. This red and black on the little chair is called Mirrored. It really is a nice symmetrical one. It's one that if you have a couple fabrics and you can't decide what are your favorites, you get the white 3 strips here, the blacks, so it really shows off a nice big piece of that fabric in kind of a geometric layout. And on that one we use the funky leaf for the border, so it shows a nice contrast to the geometrics that are in the quilt. This one is Baby Links as well, like the pink one that was laying on the cutting table that we're quilting. This uses the cute little fox border, and again, 4 half yards. Up above, we have the dinosaurs. That one is a pattern called Baby Kissing Frogs. Don't ask me where she got the name of it, but it's a cute little quilt. It works well with a little bit smaller print. Big prints get chopped up pretty much in that pattern. That one is another one that if you leave off one row, you get a nice square, and it makes a great table topper as well. Then moving forward, I'm going to stand back a little bit here for Cheryl. We have Baby Checkers, which is the sailboats, the fish, and kind of the limey, greeny yellow, and the black and red one in the front window. They are both Baby Checkers. That's the pattern that I mentioned would be cute with the coffee. It's a nice size for a table topper. If your table's a little smaller, you can always leave the border off. And then we have two here, Baby Trellis in the turquoise, and then down here in the kind of peach and gray. That same pattern, again, 4 half yards of fabric, and Carrie did a really nice job. She did a cute little matching diaper bag to go with the baby quilt using our Mix 6 tote pattern. So those turned out real sweet. And up in the top window here, the last one in this room is called Snailed, and that is just a fun, the old-fashioned snail's tail pattern. Cheryl made that one, and there was a little trick about paying attention.
Yeah, it starts with a 4 patch in the middle for your 4 different colors, and of course I didn't read all the pattern, and so I made all my 4 patches with the squares in the same order each time. And no, you got to really pay attention because they need to be in different orders so you get the twist of the snail tail. So, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, that would be, don't just look at the pictures, read the words. So that one is snail's tail. And then back up this way, we have, this is what we call Peach Float. It is the same pattern as Root Beer Float, the black and brown polka dot in the other room. Again, done with a strip set. Works up real sweet. I just put that on the website last night. This pattern is churned, and this is one of the last of the AOK patterns. We've seen most of them. This is just a nice look, and it was fun. Carrie did this sample with those real bright kind of strawberry shortcake fabrics from a Moda line. And as we walk back, Harbor Reflections is not an AOK. It is a great pattern for a panel that has that nice kind of city skyline with the sailboats in front. That's one that we have a kit on, is on the site as well. And as we move back here, we're going to get to our newest and last of our AOK patterns. This pattern name is called Helix, and I think it's going to be hard to see through the two plastic bags. That is the layout. And what we used on that one is a lovely line from Michael Miller that has dogwood blossoms and little birds on it. Again, the birds were not fussy cut, so some of the places will have birds in them and some will not. And we used kind of a two-tone, this is a technical color, taupey brown, to match the pull from the branches with the birds and the dogwoods. And that one finishes to 52 by 64 and works up really pretty with the birds and the dogwood. Made just a really nice, comfortable look. And I think that's our last. I think we're good. So again, we are closed next week. We're here tomorrow from 10 till 3. There won't be a daily dose tomorrow. We're closed next week, the week of Memorial Day. We reopen again on Tuesday morning, June 2nd. Then we will go to our regular hours, including Saturdays. Our new regular hours will be Tuesdays, 9 to 5, Wednesdays, 9 until 7, Thursday and Friday, 9 to 5, and on Saturdays from 9 until 3. And we'll be doing our new weekly Wise Guys. Not sure if we're going to call it the same thing, but we will be doing a training, learning tour, some type of video on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. And I think that's about it for today.
All right. I hope everybody has a great holiday weekend this weekend. Stay safe, enjoy, and we will see you in about a week.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.